Hello, my friends. This is an exciting presentation. I've got my friend and colleague here, Nelson Ramos from Portugal, and has created and is continuing to create new software for iPhone, iPad, and Mac. There are some limitations. We'll talk about those limitations in a second, but let me just get this across. New software for iPhone, iPad and Mac. It's different from anything you've seen before. It's reasonably priced. It's especially for people using any modern Western techniques. So if you're a Vedic astrologer, this is not for you. If you're, doing a lot of Hellenistic astrology, not for you. If you're doing anything modern, you're an evolutionary astrologer, you use modern techniques, or you use harmonics, midpoints, all that kind of new fancy stuff coming out of the modern Western tradition of astrology. This is the program. It's called Visual Astro because it's highly visual. It's a modern, simple program. It's elegant. It's inexpensive. You can start off just downloading the basic program with all the natal features for free. So all you Mac lovers who love your iPhone and your Macs and your iPads, this is exciting. And I'm amazed at like how elegant it is already. And he's a fanatic. He doesn't stop. He's always working on this all the time. It's going to get better and better and better, which is what all software needs to do. Um, so that's it. I'm going to have Nelson demonstrate the program, go over some details. And let me mention before I hand this over to Nelson, if your Mac has a chip that's called M series, M is in Mary, M series, not one of the other chips I used to use. They've been for at least 5 or 6 years. Almost all the Macs have the M series chip. So that's the requirement for your Mac. If you have an iPad or an iPhone, it's version 18 of the iOS, the operating system, or later. So that's the requirement. And again, it starts off free, so nothing to lose here. You can just download it onto any of those devices. It runs the same on all of them. It'll be on your iPhone. It's, got some small screen, so everything's a little laid out differently, but it's optimized to fit on these different screen displays. Otherwise, it's the same program on all your Apple devices. So that's the basic idea. Let's have Nelson show us the program, and you'll see what the options are and all that stuff. Nelson, show us your new baby.
Hello, Santino. Thank you so much. And you already did a very comprehensive and talked about everything that we should know, at least for the minimum requirements, which is not that much. It's very current at what we have right now with the technology. What I will show here is the version for the MacBook. And as Santino says, and as you said, all the features are present in across all the versions. It might have a slightly different display, but the app is quite intuitive and very easy to work with. So, and without losing more time, let's go to the app itself. So, in the app itself, we just enter in the usual chart data form that you can identify all that information that it's very standard, like the location, date and time, and name. We have some more fields like the Rodden rating there, and we can use tags and have the types for the charts that in order to classify and search better for our information.
Let me
So
interrupt you, Nelson. Go
sure,
back to reading the chart data again. So you click on the icon and you see what charts are stored, and you
yeah,
even have categories for the
uh,
charts.
yeah,
So this is fantastic. And especially if you're on an iPhone, we're used to our mobile devices not having the power and range of our full desktop or notebook computers. So you have you know, comprehensive, elegant, modern way of being able to tag under different categories. I just wanted to point all this out. This is cool. This is what we want, and we don't always get it because it takes a lot of programming. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out.
And one of the features that the app allows, it's the iCloud integration. So if you have a list of charts, those will be synchronized across all your devices that have your account, of course. And if you delete one or create any chart in one of your devices, it will show up in the other devices in a
Wow.
very seamless way. So, and for that, um, you will only have to activate the data sync, and that's it. It's very easy, nothing to configure. Just add the iCloud information there, and it's on. So I think that's something very, very, very handy, especially for those of us like us that have multiple displays and would be a burden to have to insert all the information again. So and that's something
Wow. That's
we
amazing. So the data is the same across all the devices. Now, if I have an iPhone and a Mac and I
Mhm.
want to install it on both, do I buy the program twice for each device?
No, no, no. You just wherever you buy in the App Store, it will be available in all the devices that you have, whether it's a MacBook or an iPad, or if you have more than one iPad or more than one phones, you buy it once and you have it forever. And that's something that the features that we have here that are very inexpensive. When you buy it forever, that feature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means that the basic program with the natal chart features is free. So that
Yeah.
means anybody with an iPhone and or a Mac or both or iPad, whatever, you can install this now, start running. Your data is you turn on that sync feature, and it's like it's like one program operate. It is one program operating on both devices. So
It
this
is.
is this is exciting, and you can start off with all those features for free. Anyway,
Yeah, so that's something that everyone can just download and work with the multiple features that we are about to show in the next minutes. So everything that has to do with a natal chart, it's completely free, all the sections. So we might just jump off to the natal chart, right?
yeah, yeah. Let's get on.
We have Carl Jung. Everyone knows Carl Jung, so let's go for it. And it will show something like this. In the left side, you can easily see that we have a chart wheel. We have two layouts for those that prefer different layouts. And at the right side, we have the sections, which are very, very, we have the expandable option, like showing this way in regarding that you can see the information not only in the chart wheel that and you have the sections right there and you can expand everything that you want to work with without much cluttering in the charts. And we were talking about the charts, and you don't have to go back in order to open more charts since we can have a quick pick like this. And we have the possibility of choose. This is me. Let me choose this one, and we will be there. And then you can just change the
Oh,
chart
wow. So all
with
of your chart
yeah,
that you're working with right now, you just click on that icon, you can
yeah,
see them and jump
in
between
the
them, and you
window.
can even read them in from the database without
Yes.
having to go into the data entry screen. Awesome.
Pretty much. So, and you can do the same filtering that we had there. So in order to have some research that you want to perform and just compare charts that have the same features or points of interest or something, you can do that work in a very easy way, I think. So this is one of the things. You can also add notes to your chart like this.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. Very, oh, that's really
Yeah,
important
and
to
this
have.
the chart notes are also integrated with the iCloud. So if you add a note here, it will show in the other devices. So that's something that might be handy as well. Um, well, is there
Well, let me
any?
just point this out. All
Yeah,
of these things on the right, all these
mhm,
menu items, positions, isotraps, midpoints,
yeah,
looks like about a dozen things all the way down to golden mean midpoints. All of that, am I understanding this correctly? All of that's free. That's part of the base.
completely free. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. So not only are you getting, a nice looking chart wheel that actually has the planet positions in the wheel with nice aspect lines, and they're thicker lines if it's a stronger aspect. These are features we often see in fairly expensive programs. But you're getting a huge number of modern techniques, people that are into midpoint structures and harmonic patterns and etc. All of this is free. This is not optional. It's
completely
amazing.
free.
And look at the
Yes.
midpoint structures, very easy to read. Mercury's at Sun Mars midpoint.
And
Uh,
I would and I would show you some one of the main features of the app, and the users can use it free as you say, is that you have the chart in your left and then you have listings in the other. But if you want to search information from the listing from the chart, usual software will require that you look for the information and try to figure it out. But in this app, you might, if you want to check a midpoint, you just activate and it will show you exactly where the highlights. If, for instance, we are in the Uranus here, you see that you have Uranus here, and you can even click in the planet icon or a symbol, and then you will have some information that can help to have a meaningful idea of the
wow. So
of
this
the
is this is
yeah.
fantastic for learning and teaching as well as interpretation. You're saying that let's click on another one. If you click on Mercury conjunct Sun Mars up at the top,
Yeah, this one is very
click
tight.
on it and then you can actually see the see it drawn out. Um,
You can even make a zoom. In this case, let's see, those planets
well,
are
they're so close,
very
it's a little
tight
more
together.
difficult. But
In the screen, in the usual screen, it's not a big problem. But if you are in the iPhone, this is very small.
yeah,
So you can zoom into the feature that you want to see, if that helps to really see what's there. So this is one feature that you can find in any platform that you use, and then you can go back again in this way and have a complete view of
wow.
the chart. Yeah.
So for learning, it's fantastic because if you're not sure what these things are, you can click on them and it's called Visual Astro, and you get a visualization of what that is. And
Yeah,
then you can click on the planet to get some idea of the interpretation.
indeed, and you can overlap information of the sections. Let's imagine we were talking about midpoints, and you have a list of midpoints, just like any other software, but you can really see and overlap the information with, let's see, for instance, this is very tight, but so another. You can see that the planets are highlighted with another color there, and you can see that the point of the midpoint between the moon and
I
the sun
didn't see the
here,
highlighting. What happened when you click on Moon Saturn?
it happens this. So as you can
Oh,
see,
it's black and it becomes like
yeah, it
orange.
has another color, and in the case of the midpoints, it will show exactly the point of the midpoint there that you can see the
That
the
little dot
orange
is the
dot.
midpoint. Wow,
Exactly. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's something that might be easier to grasp when you have a lot of information that you want to cross with uh, with information that the chart provides, right? So it's something like that, and you can go to some other sections And let's imagine the aspects. You can do the exactly same thing. So if you want to see not a conjunction but a trine, then it will highlight in green because this is a trine, and you can highlight that. And I didn't remove the highlight from the midpoint structure, so you can
Hmm.
follow what you want with your thoughts and follow visually, so you
Wow.
can make a better understanding of what's in the chart,
Wow.
something like that.
Wow. Yeah. And so if I only wanted to see the one trine, I can go back and unhighlight.
Yes, just clear the highlights here,
Yeah.
and it will just clean up the information that you were trying to highlight. So I believe
Wow.
that is a good way, or a very practical way to see it in the chart.
Wow. So, a lot of people are interested in like midpoints or something. They're not sure exactly what they are or how to use them. And this really brings it to life. Like I mean, you can read about it in a book or take a class, but by doing this, you actually see it in whatever chart you're looking at. So I think it's really wonderful.
Thank you. And and that was the whole idea. In a way, it was one of the inspirations to do this app, and something that I found that it was lacking in other softwares. Even the most recent ones was exactly the lack of visual information, like a layer of information that we could filter
Hmm.
in the chart, and even for those that are teachers, maybe this is a good way to show to their students what they are trying to teach about,
Yeah,
right?
excellent. Why don't you quickly just show us each one of these, expand each one of these very, very quickly, just so we have an
Yeah.
idea.
So the positions, it's exactly that. It will only have some meaningful
Hmm.
information like the dignities. We will have the out of orbs that in this case we have the moon that is out of orbs that we can see by the declination there. We have
Hmm.
the speed of the planet, so that's not something that much. Well, into the vibrational, and that's something that really triggered the inspiration, because it's very difficult to see some of the feature of the vibrational. In this case, we don't have isotraps, but we can go and see the vibration too, right? So the vibration two is this slider here, in which we have much more features, and see that, for instance, Juliet has an isotrap there, or more than one, actually a lot of
And
them.
where is yeah, show me the isotrap.
It's the first one. It's as simple as this. You just highlight just like you do in the other sections, and then you will find more information. In this case, more specific information, like what's in the diagonals. I have a few, just something to correct here.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can
Hold on, let me tell people a few things about these isotraps. These
yeah.
isotraps are called planetary pictures in Uranian astrology. So Uranian astrology is another branch of very modern astrology. And um, when you highlight these, let's just take the one you've highlighted right now. It's showing that the angular distance from Moon to Neptune, that blue line in the wheel, is the same as the Venus Saturn. And then you have the diagonals, these purple lines. It's a four planet configuration. So these four planet configurations, they're symmetrical patterns. Like I said, they're used in symmetrical astrology, Uranian astrology, vibrational astrology. And this way you can see it. You see what's going on, what the diagonals are, all the details. Wow. So, and if you're not familiar with it, but you want to learn about it, I can't think of a better way to learn than to actually see it in someone's chart. And last thing I want to underscore that you pointed out is those vibrations at the bottom of the screen. Most people call them harmonic charts. So while you're looking at this wheel that it says vibe 2, you can click on any number and then see what's going on in any harmonic chart. So it's also simple and easy to access.
So in this case, and just to add something more, what I just did while you were describing, I just pointed out the midpoints that were involved in this isotrap. So I just picked the pairs of the planets that were involved, and you can see that the midpoints are exactly at the midpoint of this isosceles trapezoid, right, Santino?
Right, right. There is, in case you guys don't see, there's a little orange dot halfway between Moon and Saturn, and a little orange dot between Venus and Neptune. And that's part of the, you might say, magic or the power of these isotraps, that those midpoints are aligned. And the Visual Astro program is showing it to us. So it's not some abstract thing. You can just actually see what's going on. It's fantastic.
Yes, very much. So, and this would be the structures and the midpoint structures that we already saw. And we have the circuits as well, right? So it's something that has a lot to do with the vibrational astrology. And for instance, I just want to clear this out just to make it a little cleaner. Let's see, we have a very strong circuit here, which is this one that you can point out. And it's
So a
a
circuit
conjunction with,
means three or more planets in aspect to each other. Um, yeah, so you can see these planetary configurations, which is really nice.
so there isn't much to see. We have
Can you
some,
show that the next one, the Moon conjunct Jupiter square Uranus?
sure,
So you
it's
see,
here.
there's your T square, Moon, Moon opposition Jupiter and square Uranus, that big red thing. Now, can I remove the other one?
Yeah.
Just quick, the little picture thing.
And just remove the isotrap as well. So, okay, to have
Okay,
it
so he's
just
removed
this
the
one.
others,
Yeah.
and now it's showing that T square, bright and clear.
Mhm. And you can see the orbs of the aspects themselves, which are listed here.
Hmm.
If you want to relate the pair of planets, you can see some information that might be useful.
Wow. So you click the little
Yeah.
information icon and you get some meaning, some basic idea of what it means.
Or
And
more
you,
than
you
that,
give the
that
source of where you got that interpretation from.
exactly, yes.
Wow. And this is so cool. You can visually see what's going on. You can get some ideas. Because the next thing you do is you look at it and you think, gee, what is Moon, Jupiter, Uranus? And everybody has their own interpretation. But to
Yeah.
go to, a standard text and have that,
Yeah. Yeah.
really cool.
And this also relates with the vibrational charts. In order, if you want to see what's going on with this square, for instance, you can just click this. You can see that the two relates with the four of the square, and this will do the math for you. It will show you that has to do with the vibration 8, and you can just jump off to the vibration 8
Oh,
in this
wow. So this is for advanced harmonics or vibrational use, where when we see a planetary configuration and it's got some harmonic, or we can call it vibration, you can jump right to that vibration and it gives you another visualization. If you haven't studied this stuff, that might be a little over your head right now, but by having it all visually presented to you, you'll understand it pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will reduce the time that we take in order to understand what these concepts are about. And by the way, the app will also uh, show you what the circuits are about. So this is what it's in one specific guidebook that any user, even if they don't know what the circle is about, at least you have some description of what is the rules for the circuit creation. So the same,
Wow. Let me
yeah,
underscore that point too, because for each of these topics, areas like isotraps, he's got the information icon so you can learn about what the heck is an isotrap. And So you're getting the general information right there. You don't have to go hunting around and Google for some information. It's right there. And then you have information about the specific planetary configurations in the chart as well. So
And
you can
yeah,
visualize, you can learn, you can explore.
and you have more than that. You noticed that we were in the vibrate, right?
Hmm.
What's vibrate all about? We have the the question mark here, and you can see that at least we have more information what the vibrate is about. There is you there. It is very it's
I'm in the
very
program.
yeah. So it's you there, and you have the modules as well to add more information, especially in the highest vibes, in which the research is being done, but it's not as studied as the lowest vibes, right? And that's something that you know a lot about, much more than me. So the user can
Yeah.
have more information about what
So
the chart
the
is
yeah.
showing,
So
and
the
that
user can keep their eye open for these little circles with question marks in it. And
Mhm.
whatever you're looking at, like you're looking at a vibration and you're thinking, suppose you're looking at like the 7 vibration or 11, you're thinking, what does that mean? You pull it up, you click on the question mark, and it's telling you about vibration 7, and it gives you you might say, well, that's not my understanding of the seventh harmonic. Well, it's giving you the source for that information. So you're not just making this stuff up out of thin air. It's really giving people clear insights, referenced. This is the real deal. It's not a show, not playing games. It's really fantastic.
and for those that are more advanced and want something more advanced, you can even, instead of using the slider here, you can go and do more what's from what the slider
Mm.
are here. So you can jump off to the 1007 vibe here in a very easy way.
Wow.
And the information that it's here, it's calculated. There is some format issues here that will be corrected, but the numbers are very high, as you can see, the speeds and all that.
Well, that actually is the speed. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
for
mean that's the reality. Um,
and you can use even some constants like the pi or
golden mean.
the golden mean ones, even square roots, wherever you
Wow.
want to explore. So you can
Wow.
explore in this way. That's
So
something that
so the
might be.
cool, let me interrupt a second. So the cool thing is your really basic stuff's right there, and then you got a little
Mhm.
icon for things that are a little more advanced or unusual. And
Exactly.
so you've done a really beautiful job at making it easy and but also powerful. What happens with software, of course, the more features you have, the more complicated it gets because you have to wade through all these options. But you've separated it out in a way that you're getting a lot of features, but it's not getting in your way.
Yeah. Um, we were talking about the sections. This was one of
Yep.
them. These aspects we already covered, which you can just and you can also order the information in this case by orb or by angle. So you can order by the first or the second
Hmm.
planet in this case, and you can, as I was explaining before, you can just highlight if you want to. The aspects and the houses are covered here. We are already in the natal chart, so it will have some basic information, some interceptions that you might caught, the rulerships and all that. That is more a modern astrology technique that the app also provides. We will have in this case, I named it vibrational aspects, not because they are specific to the vibration. It's only aspects that are in the vibration take in account It's not showing any quincunx, which is the most standard specific aspect. I included here the 1/24th, which is another aspect that it's having some research underneath. So if you are in the bleeding edge of the vibrational, then this is something that it might be useful.
Well, those are
Um,
some of the aspects that are not showing up as lines in the wheel, I
yeah.
think, right? Those vibrational aspects showing you some additional things that are going on.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I also included the MTC and the contra MTC that you can highlight in the same way. So if you have, for instance, the NTC of the sun, for you can see that the NTC will have a blue dot right there. So it's something that some astrologers find it very useful to look upon. So, and you can see that you can highlight the NTC for the sun. I just highlighted the contra NTC and the NTC in this case. So nothing that much. The very basic zodiac analysis that I call zodiac analysis, and it's just the placements and the placements
Hmm.
of the objects across the elements, modalities, and polarities. And finally, the golden mean midpoints is something that it's being studied, right, Santino, right
Yeah.
now. So something that it's been triggering a lot of interest. I will just clear these highlights, which do the same thing as other sections, in order that you can see the two midpoints, the inner midpoints, I would say,
Yeah. Wow. It's
Mm.
showing it to you.
And it
Yeah.
will show the points, so exactly the
Wow.
photo that is taken, and it will show exactly where the points are. This is something that can be expanded in the future, but right now I think it's quite nice and neat to see where those points are
Well, it
in
seems to me that almost anybody who's teaching these things or making tutorial videos, um, or in any way explaining it, downloading this program and using it for that is a no-brainer, as well as for practicing astrologers and everybody else. Because there's no other program that I know of that does anything close to this in terms of showing you what it is you're looking at.
Mhm. It is. And could we talk a bit about the customization that you can have in the app,
Yeah,
which
let's we
just
will want to
a
make
very
some more
quick.
videos. Let's just go over the customizing a little bit and tell them a little bit about the options, and then we can have follow-up
Options,
videos
yes.
go in more detail. But just give them a quick idea.
Sure. And a very quick idea is that you can have more objects than the ones that are shown here, just like the points, if you want to aspect them or not, which is something that probably a few of you were already asking. Some asteroids that you can add, and it's something. Even the Uranian have their objects here if they want to play around with the chart with it. All the orbs that you can and activate the aspects there. I added quite a few non-Ptolemaic aspects. It's independent, and you can have something that you already notice what it says. It's very independent, so if you just customize the natal, it will not affect the synastry or the transits or the progressions. So it's completely independent for that regard. You have other options here. In this case, we were working with the topocentric planetary positions. That's we will not cover what it is, but you have it here, and even the planets through positions that you can activate. The house systems are the usual. It's 12 of them. Zodiac type will be the three main ones. and we have something that you, if you want, you prefer another layout, you will have. Something maybe worthwhile to mention is that you will have the users will have their own priorities of what they want to see. You can just order the sections
Oh, wow.
as as you want.
Wow.
So something that you can customize and have it your way. Um, and
What
it
I
will
really like
display.
about this is the ability to turn it off because some people will say, "Oh, I don't use vibrational
Yeah,
aspects. I don't use Antisha. I don't want that." Well, you don't want it,
exactly.
just remove it.
In order to have a cleaner space, I would
Yeah.
call it that way, or and we, as the time evolves, probably there will be other sections there, so you can choose wherever you want to work with, and the app will provide that option for you.
Wow.
So that's it for the options that we have or the customizations. About the features that are available, which
Right. And
would
let me just
Mhm.
underscore this point to make sure
Yeah,
everybody's got it. Everything that Nelson has described so far is free and it runs on all three devices, the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. Now there's five options that you can pay for. Let's go over those quickly, and then people can let us know what they want us to dive into in more detail in follow-up
sure.
videos. But let's let them at least know what the options are.
So the options would be, and let's start probably with transits and the secondary progressions that we have. It will be something like this. So you will have the time that it will look, the transits. You notice probably that there are much more sections here. So we will have the section for the aspects of the transits, but you have individually for the charts that you have selected, the transits ones and the natal chart. In
Wow.
order for you to see what the aspects that what you see here is the aspects between the two charts, but you can see it independently. This is the transits one, and this is the natal one. So you
Hmm.
can easily select which aspects do you want to see. And
Nice.
as you select them, you will have exactly the same features that we had, which is the highlight
Yeah.
of the features. Everything that we saw before, it will be displayed in the charts comparison in the way. This is a by wheel. It will show you the exactly the same information. Um,
So the transits is an option and the progressions is a separate option. Those are two options that people can purchase.
And something that I would like to emphasize would be that you can do the lookup for some specific aspect in natal transit, and transit position, which is ingresses in the way. So if you want to see what I would imagine in this case is a solar return, you can see the next solar return right here. So you just click next, and for conjunctions that we have a conjunction, I mean, with this orb, you can see that both suns are aligned
Okay.
here. So this is something that might be useful, and you can, of course, animate the chart as you wish and go for the
Wow.
next here. So this is something that might be interesting. You can see the next new moon.
We
So
might want to make a whole
for you.
video and another video just on
Yeah,
the
just
transits
for
and one on
this.
progressions. So that gives us a quick idea of that. And just quickly, let's look at the progressions.
The progressions,
Similar
it's very
idea.
similar. So it's you will have the same user experience that you
Hmm.
have. You can select here the location and all that,
Right.
and you will have something very similar to the.
Right.
Still opening the. I have to go. I was in the transits. I didn't click the progressions. So the progressions will have the progressions themselves, the lunations, the ingresses, and the retrogrades. In the
Wow.
same way, you will look back and forth,
Yeah.
just like a list, of what you want to look
I
for.
think we're going to need to make a video just on these features.
Maybe it
Yeah,
would be
but this gives
interesting
us
to
an
go.
idea.
The other, or another tool would be related to the synastry, which will be just a simple bi-wheel between two charts. Nothing too special about it. It's just a simple bi-wheel, and there will be available as well the Davison method. It will create a chart for the Davison in this case, and
Right.
it will be generated as mostly of you know. You can save this chart in order to study the chart itself in this way. So, and the last one, and not the least, would be more related to the astrology, the vibrational astrology, which is the report, the chart report. It will generate a full report of the information that we have for the number of vibes that we want. In this case, it's a limit for the 360, but you can expand to much more, to the thousands if you want. And you can see not even the vibration themselves in a simple list that will have a lot of information with scores. The scores are also displayed. What is the calculation behind the rating system? And you can go for the order for the scores, which is what most astrologers will want to know,
Yeah,
having the highest score, and search for the planets in the circuits like a filtering system
that's a really great
or in
feature.
order for you to study those psychological
Yeah.
complexes that we
Let me
are
give people a little background to this. So, you
sure.
have all of these harmonic charts, and there's always hundreds of them. And one of the things that people who use advanced harmonics, especially what we call vibrational astrology, is to have features in the software to find which vibrations are the most important. So that's what this does. So if this is really extremely useful for people who are working in advanced harmonics or typically vibrational astrology.
And
But Nelson,
just
I
to
think
finish up,
yeah, go
yes.
ahead.
Just to finish up, if you want to see, okay, you have a vibration here. If you want to jump to this vibration, the app will just point you there and just
Oh, wow.
render it immediately. And
Wow.
that
That's
is all about the report itself. In its,
yeah, that's why this is called visual astro. You're looking at something and bam, you want to see it. Now you can see it. Um,
by the
wow.
way, those features, I would say it's very inexpensive. The ones dealing with the time, it's the transits in dollars, it's something like $9 for each. The ones for the charts comparisons, it's $4. Yes, $4. And the vibrational report is also $9. Of course, depending on the country that you are on, it might be a little different. It's adaptable for the currency and all
Yeah.
that. And
Those
it's
are US dollars. They range in United States dollars ranges from about $4 to $9 for each of those five options. And all of this powerful natal stuff is free. Wow. I think this has been a great meeting. I think we have a really good understanding of what the Visual Astro program is. In the comments section, you guys can let us know what do you want to know next? We can do follow-up videos going into more detail. I thought this was going to be a really quick video, but it's so interesting. We got in, we've covered, most of just we've seen the basic idea here. So really fantastic. Nelson, is there anything else you want to add before
No,
we?
I think we covered all the features with a little more detail that we probably intended at first. But
Which is
anyway,
good.
it's a way for people that they can go faster if they want. They can jump to some of the information that they want to see more. But anyway, it's all the what the current state of the app or software does right now.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, if you have suggestions, if you find that something requires more information, just drop us a message or something, and I'll be glad to provide any information that it's needed that comes up.
Yeah. So this is current. Today is September 20,
Um,
2025. So, Nelson, when was the first version released? It was about a month or two ago. You
First,
know,
it was at the middle of August.
it was
Yeah,
the middle of August. It's about a month ago.
yeah, it was a
It's
month
the
ago. Yeah.
first release. And even in this first month of release, there's been constant minor improvements and, adapting to the different devices, like on a Mac, on an iPad, etc. So Nelson is on it, man. He's fine tuning, he's responding. Um, so if you're watching this in 2026, 27, 28, there's a lot more will have happened and improved and expanded. Um, let alone even less, maybe 3 or 6 months from now. But the basics probably aren't going to change a whole lot, the fundamentals. So, wow, it's a new world. People are being creative, working hard, making new stuff. And oh, this is just really exciting.
Thank you. And then uh, that's the main idea and something that I envisioned to that could happen is that people would like to have something. There is a lot of software out there and very good software, but the visual and something that it has a lot to do with me, but the visual is very important, and it's a tool that could be done and. I just happen to be fortunate enough to make it and make it available because astrology really needs modernization and the technology to be at service, and that's something that I think
Yeah.
the app. I hope I can still have a much more features that are in the backlog and improve the one existing. Even and by the way, if you happen to like one of the or more of the features that are there, even the improvements that are done within those features, it will be yours forever. I mean, so and yes, there are plans to make it even better.
Wow. Okay. Very exciting. I have a feeling we'll be doing follow-up videos on more details. Guys, just let us know uh, what you want to learn about or do or explore. Um, I think we've covered it. I guess we're ready to
Yes.
sign off, Nelson.
Yes, I am. I'm just, you can find it in the App Store. By the way, it's just looking
Oh
at
yeah,
Virtual Astro. It will show up there, so you can download. If you want more information, I don't have yet a specific site for it, but I have it in my site, which is AstroUp. I'm also in the social media like Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So you can find me very easily and drop me a line, say something,
yeah.
ask something. So
And your website address. Let's make that very clear.
yeah,
It is, what is it?
it's AstroUp or www in this case dot astroweb.net.
AstroWeb, ASTRO.
AstroUp, AstroUp. Sorry.
So Astro app. So it's
Yeah. No,
ASTROAPP.
no, 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 no. ASTROUP.
Oh, Astro Up, of course. I knew that.
Sorry.
Yeah. .com, right?
.net.
.net. Okay.
Yeah.
ASTROUP.net. Okay. So you can
Yeah.
go to astroup.net. Um,
And there's a
and
there's
you'll be
a,
at his site.
yeah,
Okay.
there's a page for the app that I will update it to the current state of the app, and you will find also a video there from Santino explaining what is vibrational astrology all about. It's right there in order for you to understand what's this approach. I wouldn't call it new, but very exciting approach for the vibrational.
Yeah, and if you're not into all the vibrational stuff and you're using, you just want chart wheels and you want progressions and transits, yeah, this is a fabulous program. You don't have to be into all the other things. They're there if you want to explore them. And the ability to remove it from the screen if it's getting in your way is another wonderful. Yeah, back in the settings, you can show what you want to show. So really, anybody working with any form of modern Western astrology, from the fundamentals all the way on up to the people using vibrations and isotraps and symmetrical astrology, etc. It's all there. Okay. And well, I shouldn't say it's all there. It's astrology's never ending, but it's covering a lot of that territory and expanding constantly and improving constantly. Okay. Think we're good.
I think we're good.
Okay, all right. Nelson, thank you very much for being here, and thanks to all of
You.
you for participating and watching this video. So bye for now. God bless. Namaste.
Bye.